Cane, Canes fans. Canes fans, what up, what up, what up? Look, this video is not going to be long, but I'm just going to call it like I see it. It's time to let the banners fly. It's time to let the banners fly. Okay? Um, you know, it's time to let the banners fly, Canes fans. This is ridiculous. Okay? Miami lost 12-20 to Duke at home. At home. 13-game win streak. It's the first time Duke has beat Miami at home since 1976. Since 1976. And there's been division amongst Miami Hurricanes fans these past 2 going on 3 weeks now about what you should and shouldn't say about the program and who's responsible, and you can't say nothing about Mark Richt. That's why I credit guys like Alonzo 1219 and Universal Empire TV and college football vids and all about the U83. Some of them guys, those are some of my favorite blogs that YouTube that I watch, and they tell it like it is, man. Look, I had on Twitter, I had Stacy Searles Coach Stacy Searles. I had his daughter come on my timeline on my Twitter page and tell me, well, maybe I should think about becoming a coach since I got all the answers. It ain't hard to tell. The product that your old man is putting out on the field is a horrible product. And man, I feel bad for Perry, man. Look, when he named Malik Rozier the starter this week, and then I turned on the game and see after a couple of series, he put Perry in there, I knew we were doomed, man. Because so like you done set this kid up for failure. You done mind jobbed. You done mind job this kid. You done put this kid through a mind job. The social media video, which maybe I didn't necessarily agree with. The video didn't look good, but it was by no means like nothing that should have been used against the kid. Really, I don't understand perception of the program and all, but at the end of the day, I mean, the kid didn't break any rules or anything. So for you to call that out in the press conference, I mean, it's just this kid. I just feel bad for this kid because he's straight up being set up for failure. He's not being properly developed. He's under very poor coaching under John Richt, and this offensive line, this play calling. We're wasting a very good defense too. Y'all realize that our defense, look, if it wasn't for the offense, nobody would score more than 2 touchdowns on us all season. If that. But our offense can't stay on the field for more than 3 plays at a time, 4 plays at a time. It's very disheartening. Very disheartening. And, like I got on State of the U tonight, and down in the comments section on the game threads, you got some idiot on there talking about, well, trying to defend Mark Richt, and I'm thinking, and mentioning Al Golden. Oh yeah, well y'all forget we had Al Golden. No, didn't forget we had Al Golden. Just like I didn't forget that we had Randy Shannon and Larry Coker, but we also had Butch Davis and Dennis Erickson, who, in spite of their problems, won games. We had Jimmy Johnson, Howard Schnellenberger. Those guys were dogs. They were predators, man. And y'all forget. And the people that talk like that, either you ain't been rooting for Miami that long, or you probably one of them alumnus that have these, these idiotic ideas about a person not being able to root for the program unless they attended the school. If that was the case, you wouldn't have 20,000 people show up to a game every weekend, because you damn sure ain't getting 65,000 graduates from the University of Miami to go to a University of Miami football game every weekend. That ain't happening. Okay, it's a very small private school, but that's what was great about Miami. And those 20, gotta understand. But what makes programs like this great, and the reason why their reputation precedes them, and shit programs like Duke, they get all excited when they beat even a trash Miami team, is because of what Miami has accomplished historically. Y'all got to understand. And I witnessed all of this stuff. I was live to see it all. Between 1982 and 2003, Miami competed for at least 9 national championships and won 5 of them. Miami was in about 9 national championship games between about 1982 and 2002, and they won 5 of them. Should have won 6. Should have won them all, really. Um, there were some fiascos. The Sugar Bowl and the Fiesta Bowl, but that's not including. And out of those 9, that's not even including the other 3 seasons that Miami was in contention, real contention for a national championship. So, in essence, you could say Miami could have potentially won 12 national championships over a 20-year period, and went to 9 national championship games and won 5 of them. And I've seen all of it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm going to criticize Malik Rozier. He's not a kid. We got 19-year-olds over in Afghanistan. So stop saying we can't criticize them. Oh, they're kids. They're full grown men that still happen to be in school. Okay? You know what I'm saying? It's garbage. Okay? It's garbage. It's garbage, man. We 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 should demand better as Miami Hurricanes fans. We really should demand better. And the fact that a lot of us aren't, and they're trying to make excuses and trying to defend what's going on with this coaching staff, this defense. I feel bad for them guys, man. It's the top 5 defense in the country, and I truly believe that defense they can contend with and contain any offense in the country. Any offense they could, but they're always going to fail because they're always going to be on the field too long. You can only do so much when your offense is doing 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and your coach is so stubborn. I mean, I'm beginning to think, man, this is a mental issue. I'm really beginning to think that like something's wrong, like a plug is unpulled. A plug has been pulled to Mark Rick because he keeps doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting the same results. And the first thing that Kirby Smart said when he took over Georgia was, "Where's the development?" And that's part of the issue too. Players aren't getting developed. QBs aren't getting developed. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I remember how Miami changed the paradigm of college football. I remember, I remember seeing Warren Sapp and Rohan Marley and Ray Lewis and I remember hearing about Jerome Brown getting killed driving his Corvette home from a fish fry. I remember all this stuff, man, this history from this great University of Miami Hurricanes football program. And to see what we've been reduced to is sad, man. And I'm beginning to think that them glory days, they're never gonna because the program's just not willing to. It doesn't seem like I commend, look, at the end of the day, Blake James, his heart was in the right place. He thought he was getting a coach that can compete. Mark Rick was averaging 10 games a season at Georgia, but I really think the brother's on vacation, man. He's on his retirement tour. He done got down here. He's near that retirement age for the average person. You know what I mean? Like approaching the late 50s, early 60s. He's down there in sunshiny South Florida, and it's just that fire, man. That it just ain't there. You know. And you think about like the school and how it changed the paradigm of college football, and that's what makes programs great. That's what makes athletes great. That's why Michael Jordan is considered the greatest of all time because he changed the paradigm of how basketball was played. You know what I'm saying? Before Michael Jordan, you weren't winning a championship, NBA championship, unless you had a big center, unless you had a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, okay, or a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or a Bill Russell. You know what I'm saying? And Jordan changed the paradigm. He changed the paradigm. The game revolved around a shooting guard. Just like Wilt Chamberlain. will go down as one of the greatest because they made rules on account of that guy. They had to make up new rules for Wilt Chamberlain. Guess what? They had to make up new rules because of the Miami Hurricanes because at one time they were so dominant. Okay, taunting rules and all that stuff, and guys celebrating because they were just walking all over teams. I remember, man, there was a time back in the day where Miami was absolutely feared, man. I mean, it didn't matter what the score was in the third quarter. Miami could be down by like 3 touchdowns in the third quarter, and you knew somehow they were going to win. Like what you seeing on for you fans that are too young to remember and didn't see it, what you're seeing out of Alabama now, that dominance, that invincibility, that's what Miami was for the better part of 2 decades. Okay, throughout the '80s, going into the '90s, then we had some sanctions, and then Miami came back briefly for about a 3 or 4 year period in the late '90s, early 2000s, where they were like one of those teams where you knew you gonna walk up in there and you were gonna get beat, you were gonna win, and too many fans have forgotten. Too much time has passed, and it's just really sad where this program is today because we got a bunch of guys on that team that would be superstars on any other team in the country, and we got a bunch of guys on that team that you know they're going to get drafted into the NFL. There are guys playing on that team right now. They're going to get drafted into the NFL, and they're going to be Pro Bowlers. And if not Pro Bowlers, they're going to be starters. And maybe one or two of them are going to go on to have Hall of Fame careers. And they're being squandered right now, man. Perry, I feel really bad for Perry because he's been totally squandered, taken advantage of, disrespected, been set up for failure. Look, this is just a rant from an average guy. I'm just a fan. But with that said, I got other things to do. I'll make another more sensible video maybe tomorrow or this week, but it's all about the you. Let the banners fly. Let the banners fly. Let the banners fly.